Hello, this is a video attempt to show how to stream your audio from Cubase into Zoom or any kind of video sharing calls, I guess. Okay, before we show you what to do in Cubase and Zoom, you're going to need three pieces of software in addition to Cubase and Zoom. You are going to need VB Audio additional virtual cables. The free A plus B is enough. You're going to need OBS, which is a video and audio streaming tool. And you're going to need Reaper plugins. It's okay that you're not using Reaper. These work as virtual instruments with any DAW. So you download the ones that apply to you for each of these three tools, install them, maybe restart your computer just to be safe, and then fire up Cubase. So this is my Cubase project that I use for all of my video calls. I just have a single guitar track and a single mic track. If you don't have a mic that's going through Cubase, that is okay. I will show you what to do in a second for that. But at minimum, you have a guitar that's coming in from your audio interface and is just going to an output. I'm using the default stereo out. That's totally fine. All you need to do in Cubase is pop open this show hide lower zone section and head into the mix console. In the mix console, we are going to go all the way to the right to the stereo out, and we're going to snag, doesn't matter where this goes in here, any of these, you're going to pop it open and you are going to type REASTREAM, REAStream. You're going to click this, REAStream standalone. And when you do, it's going to pop open something that looks like this. You can type whatever you want in here. I type Cubase. Make sure that it is enabled and then choose send. Make sure you choose send, and you want to send it over local broadcast. Once that's done, the only piece that you need to do to ensure that the audio ends up into this ReaStream plugin is you need to make sure that you are monitoring. So these buttons, you need to make sure that you're monitoring your inputs. If this is like a pain for you, it might be worth it to map the mic to an output that you're not listening to, that's like not going through your headphones, but not super important. Like currently I'm talking, I can hear my voice through my headphones, but you could set up, if you wanted to, an output that you just, it's like the void, that you send your mic through, and then make sure that you have the ReaStream plugin on it, and it should still work. So I'm going to close out of this. You would also need to do this and choose your output. But that's all you need to do in Cubase. If you've got ReaStream enabled and sending, and your outputs are monitored, you're good to go in Cubase. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pop open OBS. So this is going to look weird because I'm using OBS to do this screen record. But I'm going to pull OBS over. Ignore the fractal that's going on right now. But what you are going to do is you're going to click here and add a source. So click to add a source. You want to grab an audio input capture. And I typed in one, named it Cubase. And now you can see that there's this Cubase capture thing in here. What you're going to do is you're going to click on these three dots below the Cubase thing. You're going to choose filters, and you are going to add, hello, a Restream audio filter. That's coming from, I forget how you add them. Oh, yes, sorry. You're going to add vs2.x plugin, and you're going to choose Restream standalone from it. One sec here. Whoops. Let me get back to filters. You're going to, this open plugin interface should appear for you, and this looks very familiar. You're going to choose the same word that you typed, Cubase. Make sure that it's enabled, and receive audio. So now when you receive audio, you should either be talking through your mic, playing your guitar with Cubase open. You should see this thing flickering. Yeah, there you go. We're not done though, so we're going to close this back up. Back to the Cubase thing. And this is where if you don't have a mic in Cubase, you just want to use like a headset with headphones or something like that, what you can do, or if you want, you can like in Zoom kind of switch between your inputs. We'll show you that in a sec. But go to properties. Nope. Oh yeah, sorry, properties, and choose like the device that you want to use as your microphone source. So if I wanted to use like my headset microphone instead of my mic through Cubase, I would choose that here. Instead, I have like, I'm choosing a mic that is not turned on, so you can only hear what's coming through Cubase. But choose that, click OK. One last step in here. You're going to click on Settings, bottom right, and you're going to go to Audio. Actually, two last steps. Audio, you're going to choose a monitoring device, and this is where you want to choose Cable Input, VB Audio Virtual Cable. So this is the third piece, that virtual cable software that we installed. We want to add a monitoring device, and click OK. Finally, last piece, back to the Cubase thing, we're going to click Advanced Audio Properties, and we're going to see these things in here, I guess. You're going to see the source that you created. You're going to choose Monitor and Output. So what that's saying is that we're going to basically kind of capture the sound that's being produced there, and we're going to send it to another source. That source, of course, is the one that we set up in the advanced audio settings. So we're going to the VB Audio Virtual Cable, and at that point we're done in OBS. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Last step is to pop open Zoom and go to your settings, go to audio, and you're going to choose a microphone, and you want it to be the cable output, the VB virtual cable. So what is happening here, and you can see that as I'm talking, it's picking up audio. If I were to play the guitar, you would see that my guitar is going through here too. So what's happening is OBS is monitoring, let me back up, Cubase through that Restream plugin is sending whatever audio is going through the stereo out interface, is also sending through that Restream plugin to OBS. OBS is listening to that Restream plugin and sending it again to the VB virtual cable device that you've installed. And then lastly, we're saying what's being sent to that VB virtual device that you've set up. We want that to be the input for Zoom's audio. And as I'm talking, a car is driving by. And that is all that you need to do. If you don't have a mic that's going into your interface, while you're in the Zoom call, you can, you could toggle between your headset microphone and your cable output, or you can do the thing in OBS where you set your monitoring device, this thing, to also be your headset device, and then this device will also go through the VB stream. Okay, that's all that you should need to do. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to stop recording, and we will carry on from there. Feel free to holler if you have any questions.